Well, Kansas City is certainly the epicenter of this rivalry. There are thousands of alumni from both KU and MU live here in the metropolitan area. KMU8's Emily Spain is here with an alumni story.
Right, exactly. So there's a lot of people that this really means a lot to them, whether or not they'll still have this MU-KU rivalry in their backyard. So I spoke with a few of those alumni, and here's what they had to say.
Preston just stole the ball.
Phil Snowden may have stopped playing football, but he's never taken a timeout from cheering on his Tigers.
Of course, I love playing quarterback, and I love playing offense. Anytime you can get the ball in your hands and be able to throw now and then and run the team, it's exciting.
Don Farrow recruited 6-foot, 4-inch tall Snowden from Kansas City to play quarterback in the late 1950s.
Coach Farrow was very persuasive, and even though he wasn't a man of many words, he really got to the point.
Like most Mizzou athletes, Snowden knows the MU-KU rivalry well.
All the coach has to say is it's KU, and that inspires everyone, I think.
But this Mizzou alum took part in an especially big win over the Jayhawks on November 19th, 1960.
It really boiled down to that final game in Lawrence. We prevailed, I think, 13-9. It wasn't right until the end that we knew we had clinched the spot.
A spot in the Orange Bowl, one of few bowl games at the time.
I look back and 55 years ago, it's been a great experience.
MU players may not get the same experience as Snowden, though, thanks to the SEC switch and what could be the end to an 120-year-old rivalry. And alums living in Kansas City like Snowden don't want to see the MU-KU ritual rest.
It's more disappointment with me. I know in Kansas City it's probably more prevalent here than it is anywhere in the state. It's a real spirited rivalry here, but I think we feel it more than anybody.
There are more than 25,000 Mizzou alumni living in Kansas City. That's 10% of all former Tigers, who will no longer have the border showdown in their backyard.
I think for most Tigers in Kansas City, it's probably a little bittersweet because we've enjoyed going to Manhattan and Ames and, some of the close-by schools.
The end to one of the oldest traditions west of the Mississippi would halt habits in KC, like Friday night pep rallies and big tailgates before the kickoff.
If we don't get to have this game, I think it will be greatly missed.
So now Tiger alums in the area await the border rivalry's future, cheering for tradition.
I'd like to see Missouri and Kansas continue to have the rivalry they've always had.
I hope that we continue to have the rivalry game and that our children's can understand what it means to us to be Tigers here in the Kansas City area.
And are looking forward to what could be the final play.
MIZ, beat KU, go Tigers.
Beat Kansas, beat those Jayhawks this week.
So a lot of people are rooting for tradition, at least MU alums. And not only will this have an impact on the alumni here, but also on the economy as well.
That's exactly right, Emily.